Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How's it going, everybody? This is Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar himself. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. Tonight, we got an awesome show. Tonight, we're going to be asking one question. Why should lenders give you a loan based off something different than your credit score? And the reason why I even want to have this show is because you got a lot of people right now that have been trying to get funding and they're getting turned down. And they're like, these folks tripping, I can't get a loan, I can't get a loan. It's always, and it's not a new dilemma with people not being able to acquire funding, rather. And you ask them why, and they say it's my credit score. It don't make sense. I've been doing this and been doing that, and I should be able to get a loan. I don't know what they're looking for, and people always talk about access to capital. So I want to have an open discussion in regards to the subject. And we're talking about why should somebody give you some money? Why should a lender give you some money based off something different in your credit score? And we're going to bring it different. I did this poll on my TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube channel. And so I'm going to bring up some of the answers I got. Didn't get many. But I'm going to bring up the responses that I did get. And then kind of go over what I think is the common challenges I think people are having. Then give my solution, the dollar solution.
Okay.
To how to, get around, to conquering this little bad dilemma that a lot of people are having, all right?
Okay.
Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab, and what's up to Slick 316.
What's going on? It's another Thursday, right?
Yeah, another Thursday, man. February, Black History Month.
That's right.
Make sure you guys are reading and learning.
Read.
Okay.
Now, we got to get y'all to read around here some more. Except for what's on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, not your basic penitentiary books, Art of War and all the other stuff.
Right.
Everybody come up here and read Art of War. And God damn. Pimp by damn, I forgot his damn name, man. I got his face in there. Iceberg Slam. Donald Goins.
Yeah.
Everybody done read what I'm saying. Go a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? Sometime every now and then read the Wall Street Journal.
Right.
Read the Atlanta Business Chronicle. Use that little muscle in between your ears every now and then. But with that said, just recapping the previous week, we still are in the pandemic. People, I know they're doing like a mass push to get the COVID vaccine shots out to people. So, whatever you decide to do, if you want to get the vaccine or not, I'm not waiting for the VA to call me so I can get poked.
Y'all get it for free, right?
Yeah, we get it for free. We get it for free, but But yeah, you get it for free, but you get it delivered on a free basis. So again, it's free, so you just get it when they call you. So that's it. But isn't it free? Period.
I think so.
Yeah, lad, don't scare me. Yeah,
I might. I think it's free.
Yeah, I think it's free. Period. But
that's my bad.
No. But even with that said, I'm just taking the normal rollout. Me being disabled vet, I always just try to get all my free stuff in them.
You need to.
They got enough out of my ass.
Say everything I'm supposed to get.
And then some.
You're right.
Also remind everybody, we are starting up tax season. I'm an accountant by profession, owner of Majestic Business Services. Pretty much we're a one-stop shop small businesses where we do bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll. Tax season started, just so everybody knows, the IRS is not receiving returns until February 12th. But we are receiving tax returns. I am processing them right now. Business is going pretty good. Pretty proud of myself and pretty proud of the Majestic team. So we're going pretty good. A good 2021 tax season so far. I want to just mention, say what's up to Mike. And, man, is Moola's name? Moolah on the show?
Dewan.
Dewan, I'm right. Mike and Dewan for having me on Speaking to Mike this past month. I apologize, Dewan. But just want to say thanks to them guys, for having me on. That was this past Monday, man. I had a blast on the show. Unfortunately, I had this big, gigantic oak smashed through the back of my house. And, that's going to be unfortunate getting that done. But, when one thing breaks, we're going to have a new thing come up. So
that's right.
I got my vision on how I want this whole new deck.
Wrap around
deck
front to back.
Oh, man. Have no in-ground jacuzzi. Okay. You gonna get
it's always a blessing.
You gonna give me a check? Okay.
Make a blessing out of something, right?
Oh, come on now. Absolutely. We're gonna make it happen. But everybody's safe and everything. But that was this
That's
past
good.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the most important thing. But that was this past week. Again, this is the Dollar Hour, hosted by me, Deonte Burden, Mr. Short Dollar himself. I want you guys to make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing. You can also follow us on Facebook and also TikTok under the same name, Mr. Short Dollar. Put out, pretty much all the same information, different, but whatever avenue that's best for you, just go in there and follow us. You can also follow me on Instagram at Deonte_77. Excuse me, but as always, you may not be on it right now while we're streaming, but then probably like a couple hours after the show, we'll always go back and update the description, put all the tags and all the links to all the social media platforms and the business websites in the description section after the shows are over with. Okay, so again, tonight we're going to have that discussion is about what should a lender be looking at, or somebody's going to give you money or give you any kind of loan rather, what should they be looking at besides your credit? Okay, and I've heard that a lot, especially what's going on now with the people applying for the PPP loans and just getting the not a PPP you can get denied, but the idle loans, trying to get the SBA loans and they're getting denied. They saying it's my credit. They saying it's my credit. Like, okay, and like I don't think it's right, because I pay taxes. I should get a loan. Everybody got different reasons and stuff,
Right.
but I want to have an open discussion with people because here's the deal, and this is what I'm trying. I want to address this subject is. I look at it from me being in 20 years in finance. My question is, if the tables were turned, complete stranger, I don't want to hear nothing about. Well, I just want to help black people. The tables were turned, your money. What would you need to know from a complete stranger before you give them some of your money? Everybody scratching it. And everybody gonna say the same thing. Well, I just want to help
Your
people.
full name
Yeah,
first.
people, they still be on that. Well, I just want to help people and stuff. But we gotta be realistic about how we go about certain things, because that's one of the things I don't think people look at it is not that you're applying for a loan, but you're going to a complete stranger trying to get funded. And I always kind of the thought process I try to get my clients to understand. What would you want? What would you want? Don't say you're going to give them a blessing and God told you to do it and you just felt like you want to help people. Not realistically.
Right.
What do you want to see? Because at the end of the day, people lie. People tell the truth, but they got shaky situation. They may not be able to pay you. People sometimes listen. They don't have enough experience to know what's going on, and some unforeseen things happen, and they had no intention of losing your money. They had all intention to pay you back, but they didn't, and because they're not the proper due diligence and research was going to happen, people lose everything. So I'm just saying, I want to have that discussion with people, and I want people to be, straight up tune in. Please leave your comments, add to the discussion. What do you feel like somebody should be looking at besides your credit score? They're gonna give you some money. Lab scratching his head now. and I'm gonna tell you, I remember. I'm just go back.
I got a couple.
You got a couple.
I got a couple.
Okay. Well, shoot them out.
Work history.
How
long you've been on a current job that shows that stability.
Okay.
Living history. How long you've been a current resident or house.
Got you.
And how long you've lived in the current city or state that you stay in.
Got you.
I mean, because if you only been there a couple of years, then you live somewhere else a couple of years prior to that, you might be one of the people who just go from place to place.
Got you. So what Lab just stated is if you showing that you got a stable history of where you've been living in, or where you've been having it, and also a stable work history, stable income coming in. The question I spin it around is, what if you have all that, but you also got a history of not paying for back?
Well, I guess you also have to look at, how would you find out that history if we're not looking at the credit score, though?
Well, I'm just saying, like, we're looking at the credit score. The credit score not going anywhere, but what are you going to look at besides that? You say, okay, they got that, but they got to have some kind of weight, because they still got to have some kind of proof,
right,
that you pay people back.
Okay.
But we can look at it in terms of that doesn't have to be the main weight goes there.
Okay.
But what else would a person be looking at? And that's the kind of thing I want to have that discussion with people, because the question is posed because I'm trying to spur thinking, and because when a person get denied a loan because their credit score, they stop there. And I always say, no, spin the table around. What do you need? And when I say that, what would you want to do? That's not to make you just say screw it. It's really to make you revamp your pitch.
Right.
Well, man, let me go throw that out. Like you just said, man, look, I've been in this same place 20-some years. I've been making the same amount of money. I've been in the same company doing this. Revamp your pitch and don't get in your feelings with that. And that's one of the things I think people just don't want to do. They just look at, well, that's that. No, you got to be able to sit here and just be ready to pivot and adjust. I remember when my first introduction to credit, I had just got back from Germany. I was at Fort Hood.
Okay.
And I went to go get my car. I stacked up my money in Germany. You know, pretty much I didn't need a car over there because, you know, you're a soldier. In Europe, maybe one cat will have a car, but pretty much you ride the trains or this and that. Plus, we were young, so I didn't need to get a BMW or anything like that, like some of the older guys.
Right.
But when I got back stateside, I got to Fort Hood, Texas. I was like, okay, cool. I'm finna go buy my Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at getting them late model DeVille's. Oh yes, sir.
not a caddy.
Yeah. And not only that, cat, I said no, but I knew what I wanted.
Right.
I went. I found my boo. 1993 Lincoln Continental Signature Series limited edition, maroon color with a white top, wine interior. It was a half white top, wine interior. It was maroon on the outside. Custom, everything nice, beautiful, and everything.
Okay.
Just general girl magnet.
Just beautiful.
Oh man, it's everything. Oh man, those big old thick girls in Texas just were flocking to it. That's your car? Can I take a picture of your car? And I'm telling you, man, funny. I got it. I said, okay, cool. I got the car from one cat, and I said, well, look, let me go get finance. I ain't know nothing about it. I'm just, you know, again, I'm what, 19, 20 years old. I go to the little credit union place right outside Post. That joker said, we can't give it to you because you got like 30-some late payments. And I said, late payments? I ain't even got none.
All right.
And I thought about something before I left. I was with a family member. I co-signed on a car.
Before you left.
Yeah, but I didn't even know what I was doing. They shouldn't have had me damn co-sign.
Right.
But anyway, that was my introduction. I'm like, look, I'm in the army. I'm in here for at least another 2 or 3 years. Y'all can't just, you see what kind of money I'm making? Right. That's all there. And no. And even to my defense, I wasn't mature enough to fight it.
Right.
If that makes sense, you know.
Right.
Because I probably could have said a couple more things in my defense instead of just kind of screw it, whatever. But that was kind of like my introductory to credit. I'm like, credit?
Right.
You know, I'm just thinking I just fill out the paperwork to give them the money because I got an arm. Because that's pretty much what most people in the military do. Because you take your little LES, they see how much you're making, and you just get approved. You know, nothing just, I guess, catastrophic. But you have that guaranteed money coming in. They know how, they actually can see exactly when you get out. So they know you got so many years left. But I got denied, man. That was just devastating. From that point, I went on a campaign crusade to learn about credit and finance and stuff like that. So that was my introduction to credit. And one of the things that I wanted, you know, I want to kind of bring up before we get started. I don't know, I'm getting off. I almost dropped my ashes in my crown roll.
I saw that. I was like, what the Don't do that.
Alcohol abuse. But what I want to do first is I want to go over some of the reasons that some of the listeners gave in regards to, you know, what they did. Like you just gave yours. And kind of similar to what you said. Long banking relationship. They've been in the bank so many years, and they feel like banks should be obligated to give them money, especially see they got some money in their account.
Right.
Money being in the bank. They also saying the ability to generate income or their current, you know, income they have. Those should be substantial reasons for a lender to be able to give them money. But I'm here to say that's not the case. That's not how that goes. And that's why, again, I want to have this conversation because so many people look at getting loans and finance, because that's, you know, it's kind of cliche. You know, everybody everybody wants to, you know, give perfect credit and tell you how to get this kind of loan, give you that kind of loan. And half of these damn folks ain't got a damn clue, and they ain't got you there. They'll sell you something that they haven't even got yet. I mean, the only thing I do is post online, you know, I'm a millionaire, and that's it. You know, so. But when you actually have acquired, you know, substantial amounts, we just say 6 figures above on any kind of business loan, you understand how damn meticulous and grueling and headachy, I don't know if that's the word, headachy, that process is. So again, that's why I want to have that conversation. Again, this is the Dollar Hour, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. I am he, Mr. Short Dollar himself. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. Where we talk about just acquiring loans. Let's look at pretty much what the items that the lenders pretty much look at what they consider.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So we just talk about just personal lending. Just you, DJ Lab, going to go get a loan.
Okay.
Two things that normally bankers look at. They're looking at your income and your personal credit.
Okay.
Pretty much what they're looking at. And typically, if one of those two is off or below a certain standard they have for the particular loan you're trying to get, be it for a car, be it for some furniture, be it for a house, if one of those two is off, they're going to deny you. Just pretty 50-50 chance, having that together. But typically for a personal loan, those are the things they're looking at. Okay. Then we shift over to the business loan. The business loan is a little bit different, right? We start talking about getting a business loan. Business loan typically look at 5 different things. And what they look at the first 2, look at the income, they look at the credit. But here's what other things come in. They look at the collateral. How much, what you got to lose, how much money you got in the bank. Do you got a house? Do you got a car? Do you got some savings, stock, land? They want to be able to something that if things don't go right,
they want to come get it.
They want to be able to come get it, right? The fourth thing is experience. What do you know about this? This thing you're just trying to do. You worked in the industry for so many years. You've been a family member, introduced you to it. What kind of experience do you have with, this particular business you're trying to get a loan for?
Okay.
And the fifth thing is industry. This is very important because you have a lot of industries that are extremely volatile, i.e. restaurants, i.e. clubs, places that people think they're very, lucrative, but they're also very, 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 very dangerous. And I don't think a lot of times until you actually see the books, you don't realize they don't make the kind of money. They'll make sales, but we start talking about profits. On the other side, that probably don't happen. And one of my rules I've always tell people is that don't ever get traffic confused with profits.
Right.
Because a lot of times it's just like with business we talk about. Some people just a little busy, but they ain't making no money.
Right.
They
giving away everything.
Yeah, just like I was just talking to a friend of mine before I pulled up, and I was talking about the tax business, and I'm not a high tax man, but I'm definitely not the cheap tax man.
Right.
And a lot of times people go into it, get your taxes for $40, $30, and all that. I'm like, how in the hell can you even just cover the light bill if you're charging that for taxes? And you might, even if you get a lot of people coming to you, a person can charge 2 or 3 times as more and still be at market and do less work and still be breaking even while you're just being really busy to keep the lights on. And those are the kind of things I think a lot of times people don't want to just look at. Now, why you be so cheap to do that? It may be confidence, it may be market, I don't know. But you got to be realistic with that. That's why I was just looking at that with industry. So again, with the business loans, the lenders are looking at 3 things with regards to a person like you just trying to get the loan. What's going on? Hey, what's going on, cuz? My cousin Robert saying, tuning in. Appreciate you checking the show out, cuz. We start by acquiring those business loans, those 5 things they look for. Again, that being your income, your credit history, collateral you have, the experience you have in that particular industry, and also what kind of industry it is. Okay? That's super, super important, right? So, and with that said, kind of like with on the same tip with the personal credit, if 2 of those are those 5 off,
right,
you're probably gonna get denied.
Okay.
So if 2 of those off, you're probably gonna get denied for it. Okay.
Okay. Does it matter which one?
No.
It depends. Does it depend on the bank?
Typically, with a business loan, you gotta have at least 700 credit score.
Okay.
Just with a business loan, typically got to be a 700 credit score.
Okay, this is where we need to clarify. Does the person who owns the business have the credit score, or does the business itself need to have the credit score?
Well, 9 times out of 10, depending on what kind of business it is, they're gonna at least have somebody has to be a personal guarantor for the business loan.
Okay.
Now that business loan is gonna be on the tax ID number of the business, but they're still gonna need a personal guarantor.
Okay.
That they can go back.
Co-signer, right?
Yeah. Just guarantee this is it.
Okay.
To do it. Typically, a lot of corporations, what happens is they have God, I forgot the name of the insurance policy, but just say a company goes belly up, and Lab is the president, CEO that signs for the loans, or the treasurer, whoever does it. They have insurance policies. Like I apologize, I can't remember the name of the policy, but if it does go belly up, the company with the purchase of that particular building, they'll actually have that insurance policy. So even though you maybe have some kind of liability, that policy will cover your stake in it, so you don't be stuck where you sign for it.
Okay.
So that's pretty common.
Okay.
In major corporations, like why this person signed for it, with authorization to do this. That they have that insurance policy to cover you.
I'm glad you cleared that up because a lot of people think they can go get that EIN number, that business ID number, and run it up. Get a bunch of loans, bunch of credit, and not realizing that something else is attached to that.
It's funny. I was looking at a podcast on YouTube the other night, and was the brother Charleston White, and I forgot the other guy, but they were talking about they were being advocacy for black folks, but they were talking about how Trump was the best president because he gave black folks all the opportunity to get these loans. Black folks walk around here, we're getting these loans, but we're getting loans through fraud.
Right.
So it wasn't like you just getting loans. Hey, you still can get them. You still can get money through fraud.
Right.
It wasn't like you were getting it legitimately.
You've been getting money through fraud before Trump.
Yeah, it just gave you opportunity to just do more fraud. That don't mean it was just necessarily a good thing, but like those brothers was just like, yeah, Trump allowed brothers to do this. Yeah, but it was fraudulent.
Right.
You know damn well you didn't have a business to do that.
And you ain't had no employee that you need to
come on now.
payroll tax, or what they call it, what was that, the PPE?
Payroll protection program.
Yeah,
PPP.
you need that. You had one employee, you.
Getting those disaster loans, $200,000 or $300,000.
Right.
Just putting stuff in a computer. Man, come on now. And to not be wondering or thinking if you're gonna have some kind of recourse about it, you crazy as hell. Fed?
They want their money.
That's what it is. What my cousin? How can I get it? Because that's all I need. That's what I'm talking about, cuz. Man, I'm glad you tuned in, man. And a lot of times people were looking at it in terms of what they was able to acquire with those loans. But, again, I guess if somebody dangling that carrot in front of you, you got an opportunity to make, get 10, 20, 30, $100,000. We'll take care of the police and the judge and all that stuff later, I guess.
Right.
I'm the scary account.
People don't realize it's always something attached when you got something like that going on. People ain't going to just let you get away with their money. It's just, and then technically it's not their money when you talk about banks. It's our money that they use to lend and make money off of. But at the same time, still.
Absolutely. Well, here's the deal, and that's what I try to push a lot of information out on. Mr. Short Dollar is, like you said, theoretically, you open a bank account the way banks operate. You put your money into a bank. They have your money with your cash deposit being in a checking account, being in a saving account. The bank is gonna make fees off the actual interest they make off the loans or the fees they may charge in regards to the operation of the bank. The key is people just don't spend enough time to try to learn the processes of banking until they need a loan. Mm-hmm. And I hear people sometimes say, hey, they need to teach this in school and stuff, but it goes back to what we had on the show a few months back. They taught a lot of this stuff in school. Right. You just didn't damn listen.
You didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. People, I don't know if they have these brain cramps or something like that. A lot of stuff that you learn in school, some of it will be irrelevant to how certain things are. You don't necessarily know how precipitation causes snow or rain or whatever and everything, but you may, but as far as basic banking and finance stuff, what we talked about on the show that time, were you really at that point in your life at 16 or 17 open to sit there and listen to it? Right. And most people weren't. The people that actually were interested in learning those particular subjects and things in school, they retained it. They paid attention, retained it, and went on to bigger and better things with doing it. The ones that didn't, they just went on and got a diploma and walked. The bankhead bounced across the stage at the Civic Center. Oh my God. That's all. That's all. And you just have to be kind of, I don't think people want to be honest with themselves about that. Because I hear people say that, yeah, this is what they need to be teaching in schools and all that. I just don't think the average kid, depending if it's something if you're interested in it, you'll take a liking to it and have a retention to learn it. But if you're not interested in it, they don't do it. And I can tell you right now, banking and finance and stuff, accounting, it is boring. Right. And most folks just don't want to learn it. They want to make money. But you start going to all that kind of the theoretical side of it, not the practical side. You go to people don't want to know that. Right. You got to spend all this time multiplying, dividing alphabets and Greek symbols and stuff. That's people ain't really interested in doing
That's
that.
true. That is
You know,
so true.
and I just when I hear people say that, like, okay, yeah, you don't want to be honest with yourself.
Right.
You know, lucky for me, we was in the we had the magnet program at Harper with the financial services. I picked it up real early, and I liked it. I liked it. I liked it, but I still didn't embrace it
Mm-hmm.
the way I should have. You know,
Right.
still being a kid.
I didn't embrace it either.
No,
Man, I don't want nobody.
because you focus, focus is girls, sports, and
Right.
just being a kid and stuff. So you don't really have that, attention span to give it the proper attention that's needed. But no. I just think a lot of times people don't want to be realistic or honest with themselves about how they thought when they were 17, 18 years old.
They just didn't pay attention.
Bro, what my cousin said, we just broke and we thought the diploma was going to make us rich, to be honest. That's true, Robert. My cousin just saying, a lot of times people just thought, that diploma was going to be sufficient enough for you to do it. You don't want to spend that time learning about the credit and all that. It's boring.
Mm-hmm.
It's boring. But, again, the reality in the real world get your mind right.
Right.
And if you haven't really just been pushing yourself, you see the kids that actually, set the little, ideas and, that were kind of diligent about doing their work and learning stuff, you get rewarded for it. Now, again, is there a correlation with that person going to be successful just because they were smart in school and, and they're going to be successful in life? I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Right.
I think they do a good job of probably, knowing how to process, I don't want to say be good employees, but really know how to just look up stuff, find stuff, and do certain things the right way. That's what they showed that. But I think traditionally, man, if you don't have an interest in something, that's anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really gonna go forward. I think not having money in your pocket make you interested in a lot of damn different ways.
Right.
Because now everybody want to be a forex trader. Everybody wants to be in Bitcoin. Everybody wants to get into trucking and all this other kind of stuff. And the problem come up is, yes, you can make money in all those different things, but you don't skip the whole educational side where you're just trying to go into doing it.
Right.
And now you sit there like, no, you can one day make so much money and then lose everything. And I'm all about learning.
Right.
I'm all about trying, mess up, it don't work, you at least learn. But you got to be trying to do stuff with trying to learn. I think learn being the goal as opposed to getting rich be the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Because you keep going into it being rich, it don't work, and then you're going to quit. As opposed if you go in there and learn it, now you can learn the concepts, how you fail, how to bounce back and all that. But that's a whole nother conversation we can have. But what I want to do is now kind of go over some of the challenges. Because we just went over like the things that actual lenders look at in regards to giving loans, that being the, for the personal side, being looking at your income and your credit history. Then on the business side, looking at income, credit, experience, collateral, and industry. So now what I want to do is
let me throw out one thing to you.
Sure.
One thing that's going. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
Let's talk about personal credit. Right now with the pandemic and all, car dealers are just giving away cars. So a lot of people thinking that they got good credit because they're able to get that car.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I want you to explain that depending on the industry and what's going on, that they may adjust those requirements based on their need, right? Is that correct?
What are you talking about as far as the adjustment that the car dealer has?
Yeah.
Well, you got to understand, when you go to a car dealership, what the first question they ask you? How much you want to pay a month?
Mm-hmm.
They can actually frame any kind of financing, give you damn near, 7 years or whatever to pay it off. What is the longest, like 6 years? 6 or 7 years? 5?
The standard is 5.
But I mean, they do have 72 months, right?
Oh yeah, they'll give you.
Yeah.
They'll give you. If they can give you 10 years, they would.
Yeah, but but my point with that is just they'll string it out to make it happen. And to your point, don't get accessibility, confused because hey, I was able to get this, I was able to get this.
Right.
What, in the grand scheme of things, what you was able to get, in the big picture, wise, may be a damn headache of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people, because I was able to get it, nah, this gonna work. But you actually got a car. That's how the main way people get upside down in cars because they strung out.
The housing market. Remember 2008 housing market. Everybody had new houses, but that for them 2 years they was just paying the interest payment. Then that balloon payment kicked in. The not what was it? Not interest. I'm not what
Interest only.
The interest only. But
them
what
arms.
what else kicked in once the interest only stopped? The main part of the loan. I forget what they call it. I'm sorry. It slips my mind. I had it a second ago, but anyway,
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't come up with it myself. But prepayment
the
penalty.
principal kicked in.
Yeah, the principal kicked in. Plus, you got a prepayment clause if you try penalty if you try to do it. But again, to go back to that was when you had them interest only loans and all those things. Again, I remember going back to working in a warehouse. Me and the cat making $9 an hour. He told me he got a $300,000 house.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He was able to get it, so he figured.
And I'm talking about how the hell you get that? Yeah, no, man. And I know he wasn't even working. I'm working overtime.
Right.
And I'm like, how the hell can you do that? Back to your point, just having that accessibility to do it, and they just gave it to you. So they just got off the books.
Right.
To do it. But now you sitting there getting it, and that was a rough time with a lot of folks.
Right.
That was a rough time for a lot of people. Again, I forgot about them damn interest only loans. Like you said, and that's a great point, Lab. Not getting accessibility to be able to get certain things, acquire certain items. Don't get that confused and think that's always going to be a good deal. Okay, my credit straight with that.
Right,
okay?
exactly.
But what I want to go over now, like I said, again, some of the challenges the average person is having in regards to acquiring loans, then I'm going to follow up with some solutions.
Okay.
Before going to that, I want to just remind you guys, this is the Dollar Hour hosted by me, Deonte Burden, Mr. Short Dollar himself. You guys make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing, and business as well, where we stream live, and we have platforms on Facebook, TikTok under the same name, Mr. Short Dollar. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Deonte_77.
Mama say hey.
Oh, hey, Mom, what's going on? I missed your phone call, Mom. I'm sorry. Heart in the right place.
Right.
But the Slick 316 just said, yeah, principal. She is correct. Principal. Thanks, Slick. But when we start going into like the challenges that a person will have in regards to getting the loans, this average person, first thing come to my mind is poor credit scores. What we're talking about tonight, poor credit score is why they can't get access to those loans. Poor credit score. The next one being, and this is I think common with a lot of people, is having cash but not no credit.
Okay.
The income is there.
Okay.
And the credit just ain't there.
Okay.
And we're talking about the people that's feast or famine. Hey, Cash Claus, how you doing? Feast or famine at the buy here, pay here lot. That's where you go. You go to the buy here, pay here lot to buy somebody else's worry.
Right.
But again, I think that's a very common thing. People with credit has these huge challenges, but their income is sufficient to be able to pay for a regular loan.
Right.
But because of mishap here and there and they pass, now they can't really, acquire anything.
Right.
And that's a lot of people. Okay. The next thing.
Really a lot of people now.
Yeah, exactly. And the next thing being, your DTI, your debt to income ratio. Well, what happens is the actual loans or certain things that you got right now, the actual monthly payments is too high in relation to the actual money that you got coming in. So again, you may be pulling in net $3,000 a month, but you got $2,800 a month that goes out to different credit cards and loan payments or whatever. And they typically want you to get you at probably like a third of that, at 30%. So again, that DTI number is too high. And that's common with a lot of people. Because when they get all the information, they put in your credit, looking at your monthly payment, and that income is just not sufficient enough to be able to cover that, okay? The next thing is, even just on the business side, you don't have any business experience. You cook good. Everybody in your family, everybody like your pie, especially family reunion Christmas. Everybody like your pies, everybody like your cakes. But you don't know a damn thing about the restaurant industry.
Right.
You want to do it just kind of like the sister I told you, remember, a couple years ago, wanted to get the bakery.
Right.
I told her to get the kiosk at the mall.
Right.
I'm telling her why. I just want the bakery, because again, these folks look at what is Miss Sweeties and all that kind of stuff.
Food
and
Network and see all that.
They see all that and they think it, but they don't know anything about business. And just be like, okay, man,
Inventory overhead.
Oh, spoilage, any of that stuff, even basic sanitation guidelines, And instead of going working at one of these little bakeries or one of these little candy stores for about 6 months at least to get some kind of experience, they want to do it now. And it's just because they don't have it, because you can leverage that out. I got it. So when you're talking to a lender, but when you don't have nothing to going into itself cooking at home, that's going to be a problem. Okay. The next thing is just no relationships, and everyone knows from if you, especially you're a follower of me, the most important thing that I always say is in business is relationships. Relationships is the most important thing in business. You know, if you don't have any relationships with people you can sit here, you can call on or be able to leverage stuff out. Relationships is everything. Everything in business is all about relationships. Being able to lean on people, find out what what's going on or whatever. That's the most important thing. And when people don't have business relationships or people they can call on, you have a rough slate, rough time going. You know, just not even, and that goes past even just trying to get business funding.
Right.
Because we talk about it all the time. It ain't what you know, it's who you know. Well,
right.
shit, go get you some who's.
It's simple.
Go get some damn who's. But see, you know why people don't want to get no who's? Because see, when I gotta get some who's, see now you can blame it on Pooch.
Right.
Because see, at the end of the day, I can always say, well, look, man, these folks want to get on by on loan. They want you to have this, that, and that. And they want me to go to these folks. People want to. The less I do, or the less I know, the more I can push it off on other people. But once I know, I gotta be accountable. And people don't want to be accountable. That's why they try to play that. Well, I call it intentional ignorance.
Okay.
Now I can always sit here and say, well, look, I didn't know. But like, this is one of the first things you learn in the military. There's no excuse for ignorance. Why the hell you didn't know? Why you didn't go Google?
Right,
and right now, exactly. And what we always talk about, Google and YouTube University, how the hell you don't know nothing? You know, the thing that you are totally clueless on, you can just pull it up. And we do it for anything else.
Everything.
Now, how we fix that motor? How we fix that, if there's something wrong with that battery, dishwasher, dryer, whatever, TV, we go right on Google, go right on YouTube and get it. But if it's something that we know we may have a problem with trying to get that loan, we don't want to do it because we want to play dumb. How the hell you didn't look then?
Exactly.
But nobody wants, it's, I guess, something like a fake security where you can kind of feel like I can push that off on somebody else. I can blame somebody else why I didn't get this, it didn't work, the man tripping, whatever. You got to put all that pressure on yourself to make sure that you're in the best position possible, especially if you're talking about getting some money, getting lending. Stay on top of your stuff. I understand we got something called life. We all busy. We got kids. We got wives. Or we got jobs and all that kind of stuff that throw you off track. But you're the one that's going to be in charge of everything or be liable if things don't go right. So that's one thing I just think people just need to make sure you do a good job of trying to build some relationships. The next thing is just not enough research in the industry. Not knowing the highs and lows of what's going on. Not knowing what's peak seasons and stuff, Especially we start talking about getting in like entertainment, retail, just knowing how things are set up with sales and especially around holidays and stuff. It's a lot to know, especially you don't know a damn thing about it. And if you don't really engulf yourself, man, I think I'm gonna sell some T-shirts to do that. If you're not really versed with dealing with retail, man, you got problems.
Right.
I think a lot of people get into that, especially like. What's a common thing what people sell? Gift baskets, T-shirts. Yeah. Gift baskets real, really big now because Valentine coming up and everything, and people just say, man, they don't. I feel like if I'm selling baskets, I probably go a month or two out pushing them and locking stuff. Just not knowing how to how the industry goes promoting it, but people. Because one thing about it, you can make a couple dollars selling some stuff. But at the end of the day, did you make what you could have made? Did you net what you could have netted? Did you net, too little? A lot of times when people are really versed about certain things, they did okay, or sometimes they didn't take an L. They think that's all right, but they could have did a lot better than what they could have did, than what they did do, if they had more knowledge about, certain things, especially with the industry and actually how things go with that particular business. The last challenge I want to say is probably what we talked about earlier, no collateral. At the end of the day, especially if you want to buy some kind of substantial loan, I want to get this building, I want to get this vehicle, whatever. And the bankers are looking like, look, man, shit, what you got? And people not willing to part ways with certain things, but you want that money.
Right.
And you got to be able to bring something to the table.
Yeah.
A lot of times, especially like I say, you start dealing with, a loan over $500,000.
That's when they say, I ain't got nothing. That's why I'm here.
Man.
So you can help me get something.
GoFundMe ain't gonna get what you want. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work at all.
Right.
And I think a lot of people just don't want to sit there and just put it on themselves. Like, look, let me go and make it happen. Let me, I get it, and I'm gonna make this thing happen. People don't necessarily want to do that, and it's just one of them things just holds them up. Again, this is the Dollar Hour, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, Mr. Short Dollar himself. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing. Okay, so we just went over a couple challenges from the personal side and business side, the people that are trying to get loans. Again, we're talking about, besides your credit, what would a lender be looking at besides your credit score? And we just went through certain things that people were. We went over first the things that lenders look at. Then we look at some of the common challenges people have. And this now I'm going to give you guys my solutions on how to combat everything. Then we're gonna kind of have some little open dialogue with anything. Make sure you guys are leaving your comments, any questions that you may have about anything. So we can have a good discussion about this. Now here, my solutions in regards to. You may have some challenges from the credit side or anything, and how to be able to combat it. Just in case if your credit is challenged, and you say, look, I know that's a little funny with the credit, but if I bring these little things to the table, and this is how to hook it in, okay? Mm-hmm. One of the best things to do, guys, I always say, always get access to capital when you don't need it. When I say get access to capital, you don't need it, that means that you don't wait till you actually need the money to go get it. If you're a true business person, you're always trying to get access to more and more capital. Mm-hmm. I tell my clients all the time, go get your line of credit. Go get your line of credit. Get your line of credit. You don't know what's going to happen. Opportunity come knock at your door. You want to be prepared when opportunity come.
That's right.
You don't wait till then. Now you're calling everybody, and everybody's turning you down for this loan and that loan. But if you got a line of credit, you got access to it. If it's $50,000 line of credit, you driving your truck, tires go out, you got $3,000 you can spend, boom, you're just paying the loan on $3,000, but you got access to it. Mm-hmm. What's the key to be able to get access to capital? It's all about building relationships. Right. Okay, call your banker.
Right.
Hey, listen, I'm new in business, getting started and everything. I want a loan. My credit, I got some issues here. My finance may be a little funny, but in a year and a half or 2 years, I want to be able to get a loan. What do I need to do? Can I come sit down with you? Can I talk? Can I talk with you and everything? And if they want, and 9 times out of 10, they're a good banker that'll talk to you. But if they don't talk to you, hell, they doing you a solid. Take your money, get the hell out of their bank. Mm-hmm. Business is all about relationships. Call them people, talk to them, say, look, I want to have a conversation, and do it. Trust me. I've been doing this for the past 15 years. Same thing I had my son do. Same thing I have all my clients do. Go get access to capital, building relationships. Try to have a quarterly appointment with your banker just to say, hey, what's going on? This is me. This is what I got going on. I want this amount of money. What do I need to do? And they'll be able to tell you, if you do A, B, and C over this period of time, we should be able to give you that.
Okay.
As opposed to you trying to wait and try to, get funding, and you mad at the world. Mm-hmm. That ain't how a business person rolls. We got to sit here, man. If you know you got an open wound, don't let the damn thing turn into damn gangrene. Go down to,
Don't let it fester.
Yeah, go ahead. There, go let it fester. Come on, man. Just go get, go use your copay. Get a little antibiotic.
Right.
Put a little Band-Aid on it. Let it heal up. But that's the key. One of the key things is relationships. Relationships are gold, man. Going in different networking sessions, being comfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable, like I always say. And try to meet folks. Try to talk to different bankers. Give people a call. Let them know. Get you a database of different kind of lenders and find out exactly I never heard of that kind of loan. What kind of loan is that? Mm-hmm. And go for yourself and getting access to all this capital. So when your opportunity comes, or when you had a lucky day, you're able to take advantage of it. That's one thing I think a lot of people don't do. And it still stems back to what I say a lot of times people don't want to invest in themselves as business people to make themselves grow.
Right.
That's what we talk about on the video I had the other week. Are you in business? You just hustling. Mm. And it ain't nothing wrong with either one.
Right.
But you got to be honest with yourself and which one you are. You're a business person or a hustler. Hustler trying to make some more money. Business person trying to grow and be in a certain spot.
Right.
And you got to be honest with yourself.
I'm hustling business.
There you go. Now, the other thing is, when we start talking about now the solution, the first one is building relationships. Focus on getting a relationship set up. The second thing is study the industries that you want to go into. Mm-hmm. Engulf yourself learning how to retail, a restaurant, music, construction, accounting. Engulf yourself and learn how the industries work. What are their peak times? What are their slow times? What are their user operational costs? What are their prices? how what are different spectrums of customers they have. They have low end, they have premium, they have mostly mid, whatever. And then look at it, go a little more in depth, and depending on what type of region you are. Are you doing it where you can work remotely, especially in this day and age we in right now? Is it something that you can do remotely? Is it something you can kind of scale out and be able to do several different kind of demographics, that being race, that being income? You got to do all this kind of homework on the industry, and it seems like so much, and it is so much, but we're not in business to actually just say again we're busy. We won't be able to acquire this funding. Well, we go to this bank and say, look, man, look, the banker can say, man, it's kind of volatile, whatever. And now you saying like, no, I've already done my research. Listen, the city is already gonna back me up because I already got 2 or 3 tax abatements. They're gonna pay for. I don't have to pay property taxes for the next year or two because I'm putting in this particular zone. I already got a grant from it. You got to be able to prepare for that because remember, the lender is making money off the interest payments. They want to make money off of you, but they got to know you're solid. And what better way can you show you solid if you know your stuff about your stuff?
Right.
It's that simple. You going out with an application trying to get some money and just saying, I just need some money. I'm like, where you get this number from? Well, I just feel like I need. Well, where your figures at? Where your projections? Where your numbers? What is that? What the hell are you talking about? I can't give you that damn money. You just threw this arbitrary number out of the sky. I want $50,000.
That's all I need.
Hey, by a round of applause, how many people got $100,000 in auto and disaster loan last year and ain't got no money in the bank now?
Hold on.
Shit. That damn Challenger, the Range Rover, all that shit gone.
Gone. Is it gone? I don't know it's gone yet.
Shit.
They might want to pay cash for that.
It's gone then. It gone. Why it gone, Lab? Cause the insurance $800. Gas $200.
Gas $200.
Oh man, come on.
Yeah, the maintenance and repair $500-$600 every time you get front brakes done.
Cost too much to hold it.
Right.
Cost too much to hold it. Just like
It
you
look
want
good.
Hey, you want a Mercedes Benz, you done purchased a Mercedes Benz, but you're not a true Mercedes Benz owner, and you got to go get that first oil change or tune up. What the hell?
$400.
Yeah. No, I got the oil change. I didn't get another car. No, I just wanted the
Right.
just a tune up. Like
Right.
where the hell this come from? And man, I don't want to joke about that, but yeah, man, I really wonder. And again, we talk about solutions. Let me get off that. Get back on task. Solutions to better combat it. We start talking about acquiring funding if you have credit challenges. The third thing I want to go over is just being able to save, acquire capital. I want you guys to be focused on actually having money. Hey, Missy, thanks for tuning in. Having money and having funds set up where, it's not a big thing where they can say, look, if I'm giving you this money, he already got some money in the bank, so push kind of shove, he'll be safe or whatever. They can feel comfortable with doing it. Because, again, they're trying to make the money on the payments. They're not going to look at it like you got money, watch we give it to you.
Right.
They're looking at you being safe and secure. So be in a position where you got that kind of collateral. Again, they're not going to take your money or freeze your money, but they just want to make sure you got it.
That you good.
You're going to do right. Hey, just be able to have it. So, again, try to save up and have that kind of capital set to the side, And then I think lastly, probably the most important of everything, just work on your damn credit. Work on your credit.
Plain and simple.
I know you got a lot of credit fixers out there, and I got some friends that, do credit fixing and everything. I'm a little old school, and I always look at it, 2 things really fix credit, and that's called paying and time. Paying and time.
Paying and time.
That's all I know to fix it.
Right.
Again, you got some things you can do. You can buy trade lines, all this nitpicky stuff and everything.
Do stuff really drop off after 7 years? Like, I'm just asking. I mean, that's probably a whole new show. You probably need to hold that.
No. I answer that for you quick. It can. It's supposed to. Technically, it can go for 10 years.
Okay. Well,
That's the law, but it can. Things are going there, but it's just really about, to be totally honest with you, if that company is interested in still following up and updating it. Depending on, they probably done purged their files, basic, accounting practices. They probably purged that from their files. They're not looking to even report that anymore.
Or they
So
sell it to somebody who keep updating, keep saying it's 7 years. They keep updating every 2 years, so it stay on your credit the whole time.
yeah, and it just depends. Really depends who the higher up. They're still doing it or not. Because again, they just say if you do the inquiry or whatever, and they push it, and the folks don't respond back, it's gone. But it just depends. It's supposed to, but it's one of the things that can and can't. At the end of the day, if you owe them, you owe them. In there, so I mean, I know people, myself for sure. When people that owe me, owe me money, and I know they ain't really got it. Question be, well, look, man, do you want to just pursue it further, or do you want to just hop in line?
Right.
And that line be so damn long, shit. That should be worse than a damn Jordan line. Shit. I'm joking be on so much damn people, so sometimes you gotta cut your losses with that.
Just keep it moving.
Keep it moving, have a happy life. Again, tonight we're talking about what are the things that a person should look at besides your credit when they give you a loan. Here's the thing, people. Again, we're going to go back to what we talked about initially with everything. I think if we just gave, the things that they look for in regards to the credit, get response from followers, and whatever the basic challenges that the person you have in regards to trying to get a loan, then I gave, pretty much some solutions. Now we're going to have like a straight up conversation in regards to certain things. Like what we initially said, you got to look at it from the approach that this person doesn't know you, but they're going to give you money. And let's be honest, would you be so inclined to want to cut her open, take out your checkbook and give your money to a stranger that probably doesn't have the best history of paying folks back? The thing of it is, as a savvy person trying to borrow money for yourself or your business, you have to focus on how to combat the reasons they're going to turn you down. That's where your focus got to be. You got credit challenges, you need to be selling the other stuff. You got the money, you got stability. If you know you ain't got stability, you need to be focused on, okay, hey, I got, a good industry. I made relationships. Well, look, I'm going to be able to get support. You got to be able to craft your solution or your rebuttal for that. Because that's not going to change. That's not going to change. And we got to be honest with ourselves. People can say what they're going to say. I just can't see people being so open to just give strangers money, they know they ain't going to necessarily get their money back. Okay? But as a savvy business person, that's where your thought process got to be. And the other thing of it is that I think people are so impatient that even sometimes you might feel like, okay, I need this loan, I need to get this access to it, and you acquired a loan, but you still didn't get enough. You underestimated the actual commitment, and you needed more than what you got. And now you're in a situation trying to go back and borrow some more. But that was like World War III for you to get that damn loan. And now you're in a situation you need to do it again. You sometimes got to be patient. And you say, look, you know what? This ain't my season right now. It ain't my turn to do it. It ain't my time. I'm going to come back to it. That right there is hard for a lot of people. Because just like once you feel like you got access to it or the opportunity to get it, now you claim it. Claim it. It's going to happen to you. Oh, no, hell. It happens to you when the damn thing been signed and sent to you.
Okay.
And that way you don't have to get disappointed. You can be having all the optimism in the world, but at the end of the day, what it is, what it is. And I think a lot of times people just don't want to come to that conclusion like, nah, man, I better do it. But spend time being patient. Think things through. Plan. Read. Research. And, keep dreaming. Because you want to be dreaming to think that you're in the current spot now where you want to be later on. But I think as long as you don't force certain things, you'll be okay. That's one of the biggest things I heard a lot of folks, especially with financially. You know your ass can't afford that damn car. But they told you it's a possibility.
They let me get it. I must can afford it.
They let you test.
I got it.
Oh, you test drive it? Oh, man. I see this. You see the sister. When they put that shade on, they looking sexy.
Yeah.
The guy got his old Toyota uniform. He's sitting in the passenger side. Oh, we can make it happen. Finance will work it out. You just driving and everything. And you know damn well. I can't. Well, you in your car, you driving. Well, they did say I can try to get some overtime, and I really
make it away.
Yeah, I ain't really got to go out. And now you done bought this damn car. You really can't enjoy it because you working the hell out yourself.
Right.
And they ain't washing it, you ain't shining and all that kind of stuff, and it wasn't worth it. And people do stuff like that all the time. All the time. Guys, you remember, I go back to my single days. Fellas, how many of y'all went over that nice-looking girl house? Look real good from outside. And you walk in, hey, damn, what the hell y'all sleep on the floor? empty. I'm talking about the house empty, the refrigerator empty, every damn thing empty.
Got a nice car driveway.
Ain't nothing but a nice car. I mean, ain't nothing but an echo box. Hey. What you do? Big old empty ass house. Right. Got that house, all the money going there.
Right.
And you just gonna be the guy, I guess, the furniture or whatever, and you like, what the hell?
Oh, she done tricked you into being the furniture man.
Welcome to Atlanta. Welcome to Atlanta.
Where you get finessed at the airport.
But again, we talking about we want to be in a position where we can get acquire those funding, acquire those particular assets, acquire the particular business loans that we want to get, business and personal loans and stuff. So, again, I want you guys to kind of just stay patient. If you're in a situation where you need further information or further knowledge on some of the concepts we talked about, feel free to book an appointment. You can go to my website, Majestic Biz, www.majesticbiz.com, where we have the scheduled appointment, and we can talk more in depth. I know a lot of people have been looking at the YouTube channels, and they have questions about the loans and how to get set up and stuff. And they, like I say, book the appointment. Mm-hmm. I got over 100 videos giving out free information. We want to go in depth from that. Book an appointment. I think if you Google Majestic Business Services, we probably got about 60 5-star ratings. Mm-hmm. We got about 60 5-star ratings, and I'm a pretty stand-up guy. I stand behind my work. I'm real big on integrity and everything. So I want, I'm real big on people growing, because I'm in the position I am right now because people help me. Mm-hmm. And that's why I want other people to have the same kind of success and same kind of, happiness that I've been able to have. But one of the main reasons because of that, I am patient.
That's it.
I am patient. And a lot of folks like, yeah, man, I got to have it now, I got to do that. But you ain't ready yet. Mm-hmm. You ain't ready yet. So especially this particular subject we're talking about right now, make sure you being patient. Make sure you do your homework. Make sure you stay diligent with everything, too. Now, listen, this was the Dollar Hour, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, Mr. Short Dollar himself. Tonight's subject where we talked about what your lenders be looking at besides your credit score. I hope you got a lot of information with that. But, again, if you want to go more in depth, feel free to book an appointment. Make sure you leave me comments. Make sure you're liking the videos. Go to Mr. Short Dollar, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the videos, leave comments, good, bad, whatever's on your heart to leave and stuff. Got a lot of great information there. You ladies need to be looking. I put the top grants for female entrepreneurs out there last month. That video is going crazy. Also, I have the top grants for 2020, and then I had the top grants for 2021. The top business grants for February 21 is going to be out this weekend. So be out on the look for that. So I'm just saying everything's going great. And also, if you guys are listening, you're not satisfied with your tax person, you want a financial tax expert that's been in business 20 years, book an appointment. Majestic Business Services. Again, we service all your small businesses need for the bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll, consulting, everything. We do it all from end to end. Like I said, 20 years in the game. The only thing I do is Google. You can Google me or Google my business. Either way, you won't be disappointed. So, but again, I do want to extend a big thank you to everyone for all the love and support you guys are giving us. The business has been going great every year. And also the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, is going bananas. I've been working hard. I ain't even take too much damn credit away from myself. But I work hard. We got a super team with Lab, Slick 316, all my family here at Misfits Media. Hey, man, we've been working hard on it. Everything been growing pretty good, man. But I just want to kind of, just extend that invitation you guys to check us out. And before I end it up, I want to tell you guys, make sure you check out Misfits Media. Check out Misfits Radio on YouTube, also on Facebook. Also check out Misfits TV on Roku. You can see all the different shows that we have at Misfits Media Group. Again, that's Misfits TV on Roku. Check out all the shows we got. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to mine. Again, as always, the description be up probably in the next 30 minutes to an hour. Just give me a buzz. I get people call me all the time. I seen your show. I seen your video. I mean, just hit me up. That's why I'm there and everything. That's right. But again, thanks for all the love and support, guys. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Mask up. Wash your hands.
They're saying 2 masks now.
2 masks now?
Yeah.
Damn.
They said 1 mask, but 2 if you got it.
Yeah, so you got a COVID and a stink, bro. Protect yourself at all times. Hey, guys, but love you guys. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys soon.